So I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even a habit. I want fighters doing the wrong thing. So we're going to get back to the basics of boxing. Let's go.
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie.
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night.
Gervonta Tank Davis is reportedly furious after learning that Floyd Mayweather allegedly visited Lamont Roach's training camp ahead of their upcoming rematch. Davis views the move as a betrayal by his former mentor, further straining their already tense relationship. He has openly stated that it's actually better to have issues with Mayweather than to be on good terms with him. According to Davis, being too close to Floyd brings unnecessary problems. He hinted that Mayweather has done things to him behind the scenes that no one else knows about, suggesting that Floyd's influence had a negative impact on both his personal and professional life. While Davis didn't go into specifics, he's previously expressed frustration with Mayweather's behind-the-scenes actions. He acknowledged that Floyd has already cemented his legacy in boxing, but believes it's time to focus on his own path. Davis now prefers to keep his distance from Mayweather, aiming to protect his peace of mind and career focus. With his rematch against Lamont Roach on the horizon, Tank is determined to stay locked in and push forward without Mayweather's involvement. He's made it clear that he wants to carve out his own legacy on his own terms, free from any distractions or lingering influence from his former mentor.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
Tank Davis recently addressed his current stance on his relationship with Floyd Mayweather, making it clear that his focus is now entirely on his own career. When asked about Mayweather's potential involvement or support, Davis responded with honesty and maturity, saying that Floyd has always been the way he is, and that he's already done everything he needed to do in boxing. Tank acknowledged that if he were in Floyd's position, having achieved that level of success, he might behave the same way. Rather than holding any resentment, Davis seems to understand and accept where Mayweather stands. He suggested that Mayweather has moved on from being actively involved in the careers of other fighters and is simply enjoying the fruits of his legacy. While some might interpret Floyd's distance as a lack of support, Davis doesn't take it personally. Instead, he sees it as a natural progression for someone who has accomplished all that Mayweather has. Now, Davis is focused on forging his own path. He's determined to create a legacy that stands independently from the shadow of his former mentor. With his rematch against Lamont Roach fast approaching, Tank is locked in on delivering a dominant performance and re-establishing his position at the top of the sport. He's not seeking outside validation or assistance. His mindset is solely on self-discipline, hard work, and proving that he belongs among boxing's elite. As he moves forward, Davis makes it clear the past is behind him. His eyes are on the future, and his mission is to continue climbing, not look back.
Camp and crew or something, or not?
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't fault him for like standing to himself and things like that. But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type shit. And a lot of people think like when I be tweeting on Instagram, I be mad. I just be talking shit.
Floyd Mayweather has allegedly been offering tips to Lamont Roach after visiting his training camp, raising eyebrows throughout the boxing world. Known for his unmatched skill and ring IQ, Mayweather has long emphasized that young fighters often struggle with fundamentals like their jab and overall technique. His stated goal has always been to shape future stars and help them become the next faces of the sport. However, his involvement with Roach has stirred controversy, especially with Gervonta Tank Davis. Once mentored by Mayweather from the start of his career, Tank now feels betrayed by the man who guided him to some of his biggest victories. For years, Mayweather was in his corner, building his brand and legacy. Seeing Floyd now support his opponent has made Tank question his former mentor's loyalty. To Tank, it's more than just boxing advice, it's about trust. He believes Mayweather's decision to align with Roach is a clear sign of disloyalty. The situation is reminiscent of Mayweather's past with Frank Martin, where he initially helped but eventually distanced himself. It points to a pattern. Mayweather seems to move based on his own interests rather than staying committed to any one fighter. As Tank prepares for his high-stakes rematch with Roach, he's focused on setting aside any feelings of betrayal. He knows that the only way to truly make his mark is by performing in the ring.
A lot of fighters think it's just this. Yeah, a lot of fighters think it's just this. So I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even a habit. I want fighters doing the wrong thing. Perfect. We're gonna get back to the basics of boxing. Let's go.
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. has praised Lamont Roach for his impressive skills and growing presence in the sport, calling him a true contender. Jones highlighted Roach's ability to adapt in the ring, pointing to his strong fundamentals, high ring IQ, and tactical awareness as key factors that make him a dangerous opponent for anyone. While some may have doubted Roach before his bout with Gervonta Tank Davis, his performance proved he belongs among boxing's elite. According to Jones, what sets Roach apart is not just his skill, but his resilience. He's shown time and again that he can overcome adversity, improving with every fight. His solid footwork, sharp defense, and slick counterpunching ability make him a well-rounded fighter capable of adjusting his game plan depending on who's in front of him. Roach isn't just a fighter with heart, he's one with serious technical ability. Jones also pointed out Roach's underrated punching power. While he may not have the same knockout reputation as Tank Davis, Roach has shown he can hurt opponents with precision and well-timed shots. His accuracy and stamina become even more dangerous in longer fights, where clean, efficient punches can change the momentum. Beyond the ring, Jones commended Roach's discipline and dedication to training. He noted that Roach's consistent performances stem from his hard work and preparation, not just raw talent. Unlike fighters who rely purely on athleticism, Roach blends skill, focus, and mental toughness to succeed. With growing confidence and refined technique, Roy Jones Jr. believes Lamont Roach is here to stay. Whether in a rematch with Davis or facing other top-tier opponents, Roach has proven he's ready for whatever challenge comes next.
Presumably, Tank is supposed to, win this fight. This is a fight that there's not a lot of doubt about him coming out victorious in. So the talk shifts, and we got to know, Roy, from your perspective, Tank Shakur, when you think about that fight being a potential fight this year, how do you see it going?
I ain't gonna really think about that yet because I'm waiting after he finishes this fight with Roach. Roach is not just your average everyday opponent. Roach is the person who knows Tank, who's been around Tank his whole life. This is a different fight. You can't put Roach to the side like that. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying that he's gonna win the fight. I don't know that, but Roach cannot be this underrated like that. You understand? You gotta understand that Roach came from basically the same ecosystem as Tank came from. Roach is a very formidable opponent. So I'm not gonna talk about none of that till we get by Roach, because what I'm telling you about the other stuff don't really mean that right now.
Okay, let me ask you this, because this did happen.
I'm feeling good always. How you doing?
I'm always here. You're a special fighter. Tank's a special fighter. What do you like about him? What's different?
I like that when Tank come to fight, Tank come to knock you out. Tank don't come to just beat you by decision. He come to take you out. He come to try to get the job done best way he can. And he loves to come there and entertain the fans. He not there to play around. He trying to smoke you. And that's what life's supposed to be about.
Okay, if you played in the NBA, what would be the team you would choose to play with?
Right now, I'll play Milwaukee.
Why?
I like Dame and I like Giannis.
Roy, did you see what happened between T.O. and Bud?
No. Yeah, I did see, yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? Because the whole thing that came out of that, right, was that T.O. said, hey, he apologized and he was leveraging racism as promotion.
Right, he don't want no part of Bud, what that's me.
Yeah.
Speaking
of Bud, what are your thoughts on it?